Chapter 13 Mysterious of the Bermuda Triangle. Before you read, we are inquisitive by nature, and the more curious we are, the more we are able to learn. Most of the inventions came about because people were curious to find answers to unexplained phenomena. Have you ever tried to solve a mystery? Were you successful, or is it still unsolved? One of the mysteries of the sea that have persisted even till today is the story of the Bermuda Triangle. This is the imaginary triangle in the Atlantic Ocean within which numerous ships and planes have simply vanished without a trace. Films have been made about some of the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle, and books have been written about it. But no one has been able to solve this mystery. Where exactly is the Bermuda Triangle? If you take a map of the Caribbean Sea and the West Atlantic Ocean and draw a triangle connecting the islands of Bermuda, Miami and Puerto Rico, you will have drawn the Bermuda Triangle, sometimes known as the Devil's Triangle. Both sailors and aircraft crew have come to fear this place. For centuries, strange stories have been told about this particular area of the ocean. It seems that Christopher Columbus, who crossed the Atlantic in 1492, was the first to record strange happenings in the Bermuda Triangle. He wrote in his logbook that he and his crew had seen strange lights in the sky. He had made mention of how the needle of a ship's compass jerked about and even spun in circles as his ship sailed across the Atlantic towards the Caribbean islands. Over the years, hundreds of strange events in the Bermuda Triangle have made it even more mysterious and frightening. Of course, thousands of ships and planes pass through this area every year without experiencing anything unusual. However, since 1945, over 100 ships and planes have been lost in the Bermuda Triangle. Have ever been found. Ships sailing into the Bermuda Triangle have often disappeared. Pilots too have frequently reported strange experiences. On December 5th, 1945, 6 US Navy planes flew over the area on a training mission. They were all manned by experienced pilots and crew. They reported that they were having trouble with their compass, and then they disappeared forever. A special plane designed to land on the water was sent to look for them, but this also disappeared. Even instruments in weather satellites have been known to sometimes stop functioning as they passed over this area. In April 1963, the captain of a Boeing 707 radioed that he was flying over a great pile of water about 800 meters high, which lay below him in the Caribbean Sea. 2 years later, Irwin Brown reported not a hill of water but a valley. He and his wife were aboard their launch on a fishing trip when they saw ahead of them a great ditch in the surface of the sea. Brown said that it was about a meter deep and 6 meters wide and scratched long and straight as far as they could see. On December 4, 1970, Bruce Jernon flew a Beechcraft plane from the Bahamas to Florida. On his way, he flew into a glowing tunnel of clouds. His instruments failed. His aircraft seemed to speed up and his passengers felt weightless. On landing, Jernon found that his flight had taken 45 minutes instead of the usual 75. He had also used much less fuel than usual. Every year, similar stories of strange happenings are told. Even the ocean liner Queen Elizabeth too was affected as it sailed through the Bermuda Triangle in April 1974. The engines failed. The electrical system was interrupted, and although the great ship could be clearly seen by the crew of a nearby Coast Guard boat, its image disappeared completely from the radar screen. Experts disagree about the strange happenings in the Bermuda Triangle. Some acknowledge that there have been an unusual number of unexplained events, but say that the disappearances may have been caused by natural phenomena such as lightning and whirlpools. Statistics suggest that the number of disappearances is about the average to be expected in waters where sudden violent storms occur. Where the waters are unusually deep and strong currents quickly wash away any wreckage. One American scientist, Dr. Richard McIver, has suggested that landslides on the bottom of the sea may release great bubbles of methane gas. As they reach the surface, they cause mysterious clouds and fog and may even interface with navigational instruments, leading to planes and ships wandering, of course. However, there are many who are not convinced by these scientific explanations and believe that the vanished ships and planes have been carried off either by aliens or by enormous sea monsters. So, what is the truth of the matter? There may be several devil's triangles around the world where underwater conditions and the weather make it more likely for ships to be lost. One of these is between the north coast of the Philippines and the south coast of Japan, known as the Devil's Sea, while another is in the Mediterranean Sea between Sardinia, Sicily and Italy, known as the Triangle of the Damned. However, none of these have been the subject of as much speculation and controversy as the Bermuda Triangle. Read the chapter 14